Hello everyone, welcome and thanks again for joining me here in the Bourbon Bar. Again, my name's Carlos, I'll be your host tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for the likes and follows and subscribers off the last video. And I'd like to keep going strong with a couple really nice bourbons, a little higher proof this time. One's a little bit, or really easy to find, and the other one's a little more of a limited release product. However, they're both pretty good prices and value, and even better, they're less than 1 point of proof away from each other. So very fair comparisons here. I'm not here to say one's better than the other, I'm just here to give a little insight on product A and product B. So, and both of them made it to my bar. I'm a big fan of them. This I can cruise through pretty easily, but again, that's easily available. This one I kind of savor a little more, and that's really based on the availability here in Illinois. This is a Suntory Beam product, and this is Nevada H&C Distillery Company. They're actually really pretty new. They established the brand in 2012. This version, the uncut, was released in 2017 for the first time and has gained so much popularity that by 2020 they had 21 batches just that year alone of limited release. My batch here is batch number 110, November 2nd of 2021. I think that is pretty cool that they actually put the batch number and what year and date that it was bottled on. I think that's pretty cool, pretty unique. The Suntory Beam product, or both of them, are no age statement, so kind of hard to tell. They both drink really nice though, so I'm not too concerned with that. This one is $29 here in Illinois, very easily, readily available at most big liquor stores, Benny's. The Smokewagon I found right around Thanksgiving time. It was limit one, it was $70. Never had it, but heard nothing but great things about it, so rolled the dice, and it was a good call. I like it. It's the first time I opened it, it was a little concentrated and condensed, and kind of one of those neck pour things that people get a little turned off by. But again, with me, I like to open it, taste it, and come back to it. I've had it open now for almost a month, and it is a different animal, and it is much nicer. So I'll start off with the nose of the Old Granddad 114. Off the nose, it's just super sweet. Cinnamon, brown sugar, and oatmeal. And either I'm inhaling super hard, or right at the end there's a nice little rice spice, and it's not really, doesn't light up your nostrils, but it's a little spice that lets you know it's not just going to be a sugar bomb. Going for a little taste. Man. Sweet oak, raisin, cinnamon. That's really unique. I've had a lot of Jim Beam products in the past. This is one of the most unique to me, and believe it or not, is one of my favorites. I've had multiple different age variations of the Knob Creek, quite a few of the Maker's Mark. I do want to revisit some of them. The Maker's, it's been kind of a long time since I've had like the cask strength, and I haven't made it around to trying any of the FAEs, the 01 or the 02 or anything, so I do want to get into that. But of all the Jim, in Basil Hayden specifically, best part to me is this is served Basil Hayden, and for $29 and 114 proof, in my opinion, this blows away the regular Basil Hayden for whatever it is now, $70 or $80, and only 80 proof. So if you're like me and like higher proof stuff, I think this would be a really good option and something that you might get turned on to. I'm gonna get back to this and just try and get a finish, and then I'm gonna bounce to the Smokewagon and then go back and forth and try and compare and contrast. after you get over that oatmeal, cinnamon, oatmeal raisin palate, dries up a little, oaky, and the sweetness kind of reminiscent of the red hot cinnamon candy. You do get the cinnamon, and there's a little heat with it. A nice warm hug, but it's not hot, definitely not overpowering. Someone that doesn't like stuff over 90 proof, probably not going to like this, but I could be wrong. Such a unique item, and I don't know, for that value, it's one of, for $30 or under, it is one of the best over 100 proof bottles that's easily available, in my opinion. Again, my favorite glass, the Glen, which I didn't even really look too much. This one doesn't seem to build up too many legs, and I'd have to say that it probably has to do with the lack of age. It definitely has sweetness and body, but without age, it doesn't really get those rich sugars that build those legs. Caramel and cinnamon off the nose with the Smokewagon, and there's a little citrusiness to it. Not lemon or grapefruit, but I would more of that orange rind. When you peel a nice swath of skin off of orange and you get those essential oils to break out. And then there's a sweetness after the citrus. So caramel, cinnamon, the citrus, I would say burn, but it's not a burn. The citrusy scent, and then it fades to a nice sweetness. Going for a taste of my trusty Glencairn. Actually, this one builds really, really nice legs. Again, about the age statement, I have no idea. Could be 4 years old, could be 2, could be 8. I haven't. Anyway. Caramel, leather, tobacco, and then there's something sweet, and it's not your normal like brown sugar sweet. Let me get back and see if I can pull it. I think I got it when I was inhaling right as I was kind of sipping. Like a chocolate covered cherry. That's your sweet fruit note in it. Leather, caramel, tobacco, chocolate covered cherry. That is really nice. And I want to stress the importance of sometimes letting things breathe. It's almost like opening up a wine that's been aged for 10, 12, 20 years. When it's been so concentrated and hasn't had any oxygen or time to breathe, if there is strong notes, or actually not, it doesn't have to be strong notes, just if being trapped for so long, those notes don't get to come out the right way. With a little bit of oxygen, they soften up and get to come out the right way. And this is way better the second time around. The first time around, it was nice. Now I'm going as far as saying that's pretty darn good, like really darn good. Is it worth double the price of this? That's up to you. I would say it's worth the $70 though. But when you have in mind that this is $29, I don't know, they just serve a different purpose then. This can be your everyday drinker, and this is your birthday special, Thanksgiving, dad's in from out of town, something to that extent. You know, I would cherish or savor that one a little bit longer. This one, I have no guilt ripping through it. That's really nice. I was trying to find the I found the definition, but more so the parameters of what is a uncut, and by that I mean like a proof cutoff, because I realized sometimes uncut or barrel proof can be 113, or barrel proof can be 144 proof, and then cask strength is such and such proof, and I realized that full proof has a different meaning based on being bottled at the proof that it was entered to the barrel, whereas barrel proof would be bottled at the proof when leaving the barrel without cutting of water. So that being said, I'm not really sure this one. I looked, I couldn't find an exact, so it could just be a exact proof of consistency they're looking for. It might come out at $1.36, and maybe they water it down to 114. I'm not saying that's what it is, but without full disclosure, I can't really figure out what that one is. No problem with that at all, though. It's still really outstanding. God, that Smokewagon is taking me for such a ride right now. I wasn't ready for it. Again, the last time I had it, it was fresh, and I had a neck pour, and it was good, but like I said, with the concentration, you're not really able to get, I didn't get the sweet notes like the chocolate covered cherries or the caramel, but this one, when you open it, it's the same 8 days later. And I gotta be honest, I've never had one last 8 days, but that also goes to the point of value. I mean, under $29 or under $30, you know, so what if it's gone in 3 days? I'm gonna come back and just do one last nose and taste, and we'll get to wrapping up our third episode here at the Bourbon Bar. Old Granddad, one last nose and palate, and I will actually go ahead and say which one I prefer after this next round. I don't want to get any kind of bias or create any kind of bias throughout the course of my show, but sometimes you just need to say which one you like more. That raisin, cinnamon, and oak note is so darn unique. I love it. Also, you guys watching, if you have any recommendations or comments regarding what I'm saying about this, or you think there's another bottle that I should try that is either profiled like this or for the same price would blow this away, let me know. I'd like to get my hands on a bottle and do a review and maybe even a side-by. It's always good to hear what you guys think, and based on that, I can provide the content you guys might be looking for and maybe not getting elsewhere. So the finish on the Granddad is really long lasting. Nice and warm, not hot, but warm, and very sweet in the long lasting effect. This one, it doesn't last as long, but it's a little more complex. Your tongue has stuff popping off on it, and you're just, what is that? What is that? And it takes you a second, and I mean, I can't say that I taste every single note in there, but the ones that I do get are very, very pleasant. And I'm going to go back to saying unique because in the 100+ range, you know, sometimes flavor profiles get redundant or stale. And this is neither of them. This is not, it's like nothing I've ever had before. And I haven't had any of the previous batches, so I can't really say, you know, they've changed their profile over the course of their batches, but well done, Smokewagon. I think if I had to choose a bottle or a pour I want to definitely if I was at a bar and paying for a pour, as long as it was reasonable, I'd probably just say the Smokewagon. And I do like kind of the limited release or limited batching of them, and I find that pretty cool. I like how the proofing is different throughout the course. I think I've seen a couple of them at 117, 116, kind of all between the 113 that I'm at and 118. If I'm wrong, again, please let me know. I'm always open to criticism and always looking for new information. So I haven't looked through their, I don't know if they have like an index showing all of their batches and proofs and stuff, but I really like that. That's really good. So well done, Smokewagon, and thank you everybody. Like and subscribe, and please drop a comment or send me a message if there's something you want to see or something that you feel I may have not touched on, or maybe even I was wrong on in your opinion. Otherwise, thanks again. You guys have a great night, and looking forward to see you guys soon. Thank you.